What happens when you die? Well, no one really knows, but we do know that our bodies start decaying and our minds cease to exist. But many believe that there are more things than just the body and the mind. Whether or not this is true, over the years we have come up with many theories and practices in order to cope with this existential threat. And whether you believe into a specific religion, we can still leverage these practices to boost our creativity and calm ourselves in stressful situations. In this video, I will walk you through the framework about everything I wish I had learned about the soul. And it's a simple 3-step process that you can use to get the soul to the next level. School was a stressful place for me because I didn't really know why we're learning something. I always tried to get away with the minimum amount of effort and work. And I also had many discussions with my teachers. And I never really understood the value of creating something and just creativity in itself until I started working. That is also the point where I realized that it's extremely difficult to be creative and stressed at the same time. So that is why I started educating myself in topics like flow and meditation and spirituality in general, in order to just calm myself and get into the zone to really leverage this creativity and not be stressed all the time. Along this journey on discovering these philosophical concepts and just really diving deeper into this, there were a few people that really helped me along the way. The first one is Jamie Wheal, and he is the co-founder of the Flow Genome Project, which really takes this scientific approach on flow, which is described as this optimal state of being where we perform our best and feel our best. And this is, I believe, something everyone has experienced before, when you're so immersed into an activity that everything around you just disappears and you're just so focused. Not only do you get done way more than you usually do, but it's also extremely enjoyable. Jamie really doubles down on this and tries to find these triggers to get you into flow and also go into a deeper state of focus. The second person that guided me along the journey is Vishen Lakhiani. And he takes these best practices of all of the religions and puts some scientific evidence behind them. Kind of like how you have the placebo effect, and as long as you believe it to be true, it is true for you. Things like meditation and imagination do work, but you kind of just have to put in the effort and the practices, and you will get amazing results of that just calm you down and just enhance your way of life. And the last person that I want to highlight as one of my guides for the soul is Neale Donald Walsch, because in his books Conversations with God, he talks to everyone who is and it doesn't really matter whether you're religious or not, but his way of talking about this God is just a unique way that I haven't seen anywhere before. And he touches on concepts in such an interesting way that it just really opened my eyes to the possibility of certain theories, and it just really helped me cope with things like what happens after death. And it just relaxed me in that way, and seeing that all of these things do connect to a bigger picture, and it's just a holistic way of being. By having all of these guides, we can actually go a little bit deeper, because even these guides have a specific area of expertise. We look at Jamie Wheal, and I think he is really an expert in creativity, because he focuses so much on this flow state where he really leverages all of these things on how to get into flow, how to access these huge levels of creativity, how to be open to new ideas and to really get the most out of this state while still kind of being the healthiest version of ourselves and really putting scientific evidence behind all of that. And Vishen Lakhiani is really the expert for the sub-area of spirituality, because he just incorporates all of these religions and just takes that to the next level and goes deep into meditation and imagination and really allows us to understand spirituality in a much more focused way, because with his company Mind Valley, he does teach literally about that, which I think is a huge missing concept in the education system. And Neale Donald Walsch, being the guide for Holism on the holistic aspect of life, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and all things made out of smaller things that are just connected intelligently, because we as humans are just made out of organs. And we can even go further up the emergence hierarchy, where a couple of humans just make up a family, and many families make up a society, and all countries around the world make up humanity. We are ultimately just like one big species that thinks almost as one unit. And this can be taken even further on including all aspects of life by breaking down these complex topics like creativity, spirituality, and holism. And having these guides attached to that, we can now create a vision for our future where we can decide on how we want to live and ultimately stop being an NPC, just following the rules of others, and really live our own lives and make our own decisions with these guides to help us along the way, and these sub-areas to allow us to see the big picture while also breaking things down to smaller levels. But the soul is just one of the areas of life that you can really take charge and be in control, so you can become the main character, the hero of your own story. In order to live a more holistic, balanced life, I created a quiz that you can take, which gives you an assessment across all areas of life, and you see where you're extremely strong and which areas may need a little bit more of attention. So this is the Holistic Balance Score, which you can take completely for free by just clicking down on the link in the description. And I hope I see you at the next level.